Okay, let's begin, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. You take over for a little bit, Goulash, while I get started. Oh, hey, Goulash here, and welcome to Dr. Wolfula's After Dark stream, pre-show. The show hasn't officially begun yet, so just sit tight. Just sit tight. It'll be ready to go soon. Oh man, I got a little distracted for a moment. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to maintain my composure throughout the pre-show, through the part I am required to do. Okay? Okay, I'm noticing some issues with Doc. Let me see if I can fix him up. Okay, come on. Don't do this to me, Doc. Come on, Okay. Are there... Oh, shoot. I think I'm gonna have to reboot Doc. He's encountering some issues. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix him. It should be... At least this is happening before the stream starts. Let's see if I can fix him up. He's having a little bit of a meltdown. Let me see if I can fix him up. Oh boy, but greetings everybody, or hey everybody. Hopefully Dr. Wolfula stops giving me these issues. There weren't any of these issues last week when we streamed, so let's see if I can fix it up. Okay, let me see. Man, why is this thing not opening up? Come on. Come on, you can do this. This program is just giving me so many issues. Oh, CPU usage is at... Oh, shoot. Okay, wow. I'm going to have to figure out what the problem is. Maybe the problem is just me. Maybe if I get rid of me... Yeah, okay, I disappeared. Well, that seemed to fix some of the issues. Now, let's see if Doc is fixed. Okay, he seems to be fixed. Now, let's bring me back to, into reality. Okay. Still having some issues. I think I just have to get rid of me. Okay, let me see if I can fix him up. Okay. Okay, he's fixed. Thank God. Oh, God. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to join Doc. I think, I'm just causing some issues for him, so, let's, join Doc briefly and, I guess get rid of me. Okay, I'm here. And I gotta get rid of Goulash, so let's get rid of Goulash real quick. Yeah, okay, he's gone now. Thank God. He was really slowing things down. Then again, I have... Oh, shoot. I might have another thing that'll slow things down a bit, so, oh well. It's gonna have to... Just gonna have to deal with it. Oh well. Yeah, I layer so many different fucking things over my streams that, it really causes some, slowdown. I should probably simplify things a little bit, but whatever. Greetings, I'm here, Dr. Wolfula. There was going to be a bit more of an intro, but I might as well just start it here and just get it out of the way, because we're having a little bit of technical issues at the start. Nothing having to do with the internet, just, I have way too much shit running during my streams. It's way too complicated of a procedure, I admit. I admit it is just chaos. Just way too much shit just running simultaneously. It's insane. It's an unnecessary amount of shit that just plays simultaneously. It's not good. But so let me just get to the channel announcements. Let me get them out of the way, and then I will you know, get started with the actual stream. So well, with the actual Q&A. So let's get the announcements out of the way. Announcements. Yes. Let's get this out of the way. Announcement 1. And I think I'm just gonna have to get rid of this green screen little toon version of me overlaying, because it's slowing things down quite a bit. Holy shit. Holy shit, yeah, it is causing so many issues, so I'm gonna have to close them out as I go along. So I'm going to be reviewing Clown House. It's gonna come soon. It's been I've been working on it for a while, but yeah, it's been delayed a little bit. It's kind of a tough video to work on, admittedly. I also, tomorrow night, am going to have a movie night stream of, okay, let me get rid of this guy, of It, the second part of the mini-series, so check that out. It's going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so, keep an eye out for that. It's going to be on Patreon for honorary Wolfulites and above. And also, right now, and let me get rid of this guy, too, slowing things down, I'm gonna have Scooby-Doo meets, well, I already did, I have a video commentary up for Ghoulish Friends on Patreon of Scooby-Doo meets Batman, so check that out if you're a patron or a channel member. And also, make sure to download the Pop Bass app, and let's get rid of this slowing down motherfucker right now. Download the free Pop Bass app on iOS and Android today. Got a whole bunch of stuff there. I'm not even gonna bother going into it, though. Just check it out, because I've been slowing things down just a little too much. Now, okay, let's get to the Q&A already. Oh, God, and hopefully... yeah, I'm still having some issues. Okay, am I fixed? Am I fixed? Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay, I think, hopefully... Yeah, I'm fixed. Okay, thank God. I was so afraid I was going to start this stream and I was going to be bugging out. Okay, now I'm ready to get to the Q&A. Oh, boy. Ah, God. I get so nervous when things go wrong, and it's clear that I just need to take it easy with all the different layers in my stream, because it's just a little too much going on at once. Alrighty, let me get to the first question. Okay. Now, is Meredith a ghost or poltergeist, or, like, what is she? Well, she's kind of like a, you know, a bit like a Cthulhu. I think like, you know, sort of like a Lovecraftian monster. You know, just kind of this, you know, this monster you can't really describe or perceive or experience. Something in the same ballpark as that. But, you know, just cuter. Just pretty much cuter. She's my beloved Meredith. I love her so dearly. Oh, boy. I love her so much. She's my everything. Okay, and King Ray 2001 says, will you ever review some full moon horror films? I've been meaning to, but I've just never gotten around to it. The obvious ones, of course, are the Puppet Master films, but I just never have gotten around to it, and I don't know why. It's just never really come up. And I really do need to eventually cover these films. Alright, and let me see. Mr. Fluffball says, hey, Dr. Wolfula, would you put me in your shout-out list, right? Yeah, possibly. I'll work that out. I can't do it right now, since I'm in the middle of the stream, but thank you for your support. Alrighty, let me see. But thank you for your support, sir. Oh, and Demonic Toys. There's Puppet Master and Demonic Toys. There's all kinds of different full moon films I could cover. Just have never gotten around to it. Now, actually, I do know I have some questions in the live chat, but I also got some prepared questions from patrons that I want to get to real quick. I only got 2, so I'm going to answer them real quick. Well, not super quick, but then I'll get to the questions running by. Right to my, let me think, right. Well... actually, to my left, but to your right, I suppose. Alright, let me get to question 1 from Patreon. This is from The Evil Gimp. Who's your favorite Scooby-Doo villain / monster? Well, that is a simple... okay, well, I gotta get rid of this cartoon, mate. Those things slow me down so badly. Okay, my favorite Scooby-Doo villain is definitely, the Spooky Space Kook. Like, he's just so cool to me. He's just got, like, such a goofy design. It's, like, amazing. I just get such a thrill seeing him, like, and he's genuinely creepy, so there's that one. And another one, let me get rid of it. I wanted to experiment with having these little Toon Me's on every slide, but they end up slowing things down unnecessarily, so I'm just going to get rid of them. It was a neat experiment, but in actual practice, it wasn't a good idea. Would you add a new segment where you review horror soundtracks? My first suggestion would be Paul Williams' Phantom of the Paradise from Harley Graves. That's the second question. Let me see, okay, cool. I was afraid those Toon Me's were gonna slow things down a little bit more. And also, there's a new bug with OBS where, like, anytime I go back to, like, the chat, it, like, loads up right there. It's a little annoying, admittedly, but whatever. Anyway, yes, I would like to, well, I'm not really a musical guy. Back to that question, will I cover horror music? I'm not really a musical guy. I don't really know a whole lot about technical details about music that people would find interesting, admittedly, but I would like to review more sort of musical-oriented horror films, and music, of course, would come up, but I don't know if I would go out of my way to strictly review music in horror films. I don't think I would. I just don't have that that experience, that interest. I just don't have, like, any of the technical know-how to do it properly, I admit. But, oh well. Oh well. Possibly in the future, but I don't see myself personally. But I would like to review Phantom of the Paradise for sure. That's for sure. I would like to review that eventually. Now, let me see. I got a whole bunch of middle finger emojis from Joe Williams, but they got filtered by YouTube automatically, so thank you, YouTube. I don't know why you sending me middle fingers. That sucks. Anyway, let's move on to another question in the actual chat. I guess maybe he was angry because I was answering some predetermined questions, but I'm sorry. From here on out, I'm just going to be answering questions in the actual YouTube chat, so don't worry, don't worry. It's still got like a full hour left of this Q&A. Alright, let me see. Ethan08 asks, when you hit 100k, can you release the unedited footage of Goulash eating pancakes? It honestly isn't that long. You would think it's a long... I think I've pretty much released all the... I think on the Goulash Twitter page, it's just all there. Like, that's pretty much all the footage there is of Goulash eating the pancakes. It wasn't great to eat pancakes, I suppose. Those pancakes under those conditions with, like, no air conditioning and no table to prop the pancakes up on. So it's not a whole lot of footage. But if that's what people want to see, I guess it's possible. I would rather post something much more meaningful to people, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. It's always in the cards. But that's the key thing, is if you want, like, a full experience of, like, everything on the channel, like, I don't really bother posting little tiny meager things on the channel anymore. I used to, like, post little things, but now with, like, Instagram and Twitter and, just video on social media sites, it's just, I just kind of post all the little tiny video snippets on all my social media. So if you haven't, definitely follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you'll see, like, lots of bonus little tiny things and previews of videos that I can't really show you on YouTube. I really wish YouTube's community tab had, like, a built-in, just because I don't want to full-on post a video on YouTube, but I wish there was just, like, okay, you could post this little, like, 1 minute, like, pretty much just a little tiny video, Instagram length, on YouTube directly in the community tab that's separate from your regular videos. I kind of wish, yeah, but oh well. Oh well. Now, Humongous420 keeps bringing up Guar, I think. And I am happy if there's some overlap between the Guar fan base and my fan base. But I don't think I've ever heard a Guar song. So I can't really speak to what Guar music is like. I don't even know what the band... I don't know. I'm assuming Guar is like an acronym. I don't know what it stands for, though. So I don't know anything about... I don't know anything about Guar, but if like members of the fan base like it, then I'm all about Guar. I'm definitely all about Guar. Joe Rogers says the doc should totally do Joe Rogan. I don't know about that, but yeah, maybe if I can get some of my animation errors worked out, I could maybe make some more appearances and other stuff. Yeah, the animation, I got it. Ooh, shoot. I had a little bit of a... I think I had a little bit of a brief frame rate drop, but it was just brief. Okay, it scared me for a little bit, though. Oh, God. So if you're experiencing a frame drop, should be only momentary. So it was only like 0.4% of the stream. That's good. Thank God. It's just that so far. Now, I don't really have to worry about my internet connection anymore. I just need to kind of rein in my, just the amount of shit I put in the streams because, it's a lot of different processes. I need to take it easy with that shit. It's just way too much shit happening. It's hard enough to do, like, a cartoon character motion capture thing with, like, live chat and all the other shit that has to run. I gotta take it easy with some of the extra little processes, because they really slow things down. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Ryan McClellan says, release Goulash, Doc. Well, he was here earlier, but then it turned out that he was slowing things down, so, it would have been nice to have him just, like, as, like, a little background thing, but maybe I could figure out a better way to have Goulash in these streams without slowing things down. because, yeah, I think I know a different way to do it, but, yeah, actually, I could try some other stuff as far as the streams that should, I think mostly the thing that slows the streams down is just pretty much, the chroma key stuff that's built into the stream. I think that stuff is, in real time, is just really, just a lot to deal with. But anyway, okay, I gotta try to lighten the load. Okay, GameCube7 says, do you like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with, like, a crying emoji? With, like, Google's weird, like, sort of weird, kind of fat and pudgy crying emoji? Yeah, but anyway, yeah, of course I do. It's my favorite horror movie. You know, people... I think that was just a way to get me to admit that it's my favorite horror movie, because people will, like... The most common question I'll get is... What's your favorite horror movie, Dr. Wolfula? And it's always the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, it gets old after a while. I've said it in so many different things, in different places, and in different, even very popular videos on my channel. It's sort of, I don't know, like, I guess it's always somebody's, like, first time finding my videos. So it's like, I guess the first question people want to ask. So... If you didn't know what my favorite horror movie was, it's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now you know. Now you know. You don't have to ask me next time. Hopefully that takes care of another round of people who don't know, I guess. Alrighty, let me see. Okay. What's the next question? The Sammyverse asks, how do you become a cartoon? Do you go through another dimension or what? Yes, I go through another dimension, the Adobe character animator dimension. It's a very fun dimension. It really, well, the process is a little painful at first, but once you get used to being flattened into a 2D image after a while, and it just becomes nice and pleasant. Yes, it's a fun time. It's a fun time eventually, but it's a bit traumatic, I admit. It's a little rough. Alrighty, let me see. Fat says, any thoughts on the new Fantasy Island that Blumhouse is making? I have a lot of, I don't really have a positive impression of it. I feel like it is just another case of the Banana Splits movie, where it's just like, let's take this old IP that is, unfamiliar to pretty much unfamiliar to millennials, like mostly unfamiliar to millennials and Zoomers, and very familiar to like Gen X and Boomers, and try to like merge them together, where it's just like this weird thing where we have this built-in somewhat of a vague, like people recognize this title and the concept, but they might not have even watched the show. But we have some recognizability in that, so we have a little bit of an easier time with marketing, and there's also the shock value of making a horror movie out of this. I just don't really like that approach. I feel like it's a little scummy and sleazy to just try to get a little bit of extra cash out of audiences. Like, you could easily, and that's the thing, you don't really have to, tarnish Ricardo Montalban's legacy at all. You can just sort of make a horror movie that's inspired by the premise of Fantasy Island, but is completely its own thing. You don't have to do that. You don't have to make a Banana Splits horror movie. You can make a Banana Splits inspired horror movie, and it would probably be a better thing than what you get with an actual Banana Splits horror movie. You can have a bit more creative freedom, for one thing, with a Banana Splits horror movie or a Fantasy Island horror movie. And you can also just make it your own thing and not have to sort of worry about, am I hitting the right checkboxes? Am I doing things correctly? Because that Banana Splits horror movie, it didn't feel like they gave a fuck about Banana Splits. And if they were doing something that was just inspired by Banana Splits, they probably could have gotten away with not giving a fuck a little bit more. They probably could have gotten away with that a little bit easier, I have to admit. So I don't really like that approach. Now, okay, Napalm Seth has a super chat. Will you put me in a video and kick me in the giblets? Well, I kind of don't really put a whole lot of people in videos. Pretty much just me and Goulash. So I could definitely kick you in the balls, but you have to, like, pay for the airplane ticket. I'm not paying for that shit. You could take a bus, too. Like, just get to me, back to me after the show, and, you know, I guess I'll let you know where the wolf lair is, just so you can come here and let me kick you in the balls. Like, that's it. And then you have to go home, okay? Because I'm not fucking entertaining at any point. I'm not entertaining you. You can watch my videos if you want to be entertained. You're not getting in the wolf lair. I just walk out and I kick you in the balls. And now Christine Gregorick has a super chat. Hey, Doc, do you ever take a vacation? Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, well, sometimes, but, you know, even when I'm on vacation, you know, it's just a full-time job being me. Being Dr. Wolfula is just a bit of a full-time job. You know, I always have to be on. People recognize me on the streets. Everywhere I go across the world, they're saying, "Hey, Dr. Wolfula, how you doing? Why don't you give me a greetings? I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula." I'm like, dude, I'm a different person. I'm a different person off out of my videos. I'm with my family right now. I just want to be alone. I just want to be able to have a little bit of time. Like, I never get any time to myself anytime I'm out. It's horrible being a superstar Wolfulite. Okay, but anyway, thank you for the super chat question. But I do go on vacation sometimes, though. I guess to get more specific, I like to visit my folks in Wolfulon 5. Big superstar there. Yeah, I'm like just a household name there. Not so much here, admittedly, but it's gonna get better for me. I know it. It's gonna get better. Things are gonna look up for good old Dr. Wolfula, you know. But just need to get a little bit more established here. That's all. That's all. Anyway, let's move on to another question. Okay. Hey Zoo. Oh, I got another super chat, but I want to answer one. Before I get to the next super chat. I will get to it soon, Jake P. Vids, but I want to answer a non-super chat, just so I don't look like biased or things are rigged. Let me find a good question that's a non-super chat real quick. Okay, let's see. Okay, Caesar Guy says, I see you changed the design back to your old one. What happened? Why the change back? Well, I decided it'd be best if everything on the channel was done in-house. You know, if you're having someone else, like, do stuff, like, especially a big thing visually on your channel, or just whatever you do, you know, that other person kind of owns sort of, you know, the people's visual idea of what something you created is. So, ideally, I would like to, you know, have, like, the full mental real estate of what people imagine, like, full ownership, so I'm not, you know, it's just full creative control, pretty much. Yeah, just kind of want to just use my own stuff going forward. That's pretty much it. Just want to have full ownership of everything on the channel. Well, besides the movies and shit, but besides that, anything you see, like, having to do with stuff that's created for the videos, I want to be able to say, yeah, I did that. Yeah, it's pretty much that. I guess it's an ego thing, but whatever. Okay, Jake P. Vids had a super chat. Last House on the Left, 1972. What are your thoughts? It's my second favorite horror behind Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, I haven't really seen it, admittedly. I hate to, but it's always been I always have these movies that I save for when I review them. I have never seen Last House on the Left. I am familiar with it. I have seen clips. I've seen portions of it on TV, but I can never claim yet that I have seen the full movie. I have not seen the full movie yet. I have experience with it. I have had to reference it in videos, and I have skimmed through it, but I haven't seen the full movie as it's supposed to be intended to be viewed in one sitting, because it's one of those movies I want to go in blind when I finally want to review it. I don't want to have, like, preconceived notions. You know, it's a movie that I definitely want to review in the future, very soon, but I haven't seen that film, unfortunately, yet, but I do intend to. So don't worry. I hate it when I admit that I haven't seen, like, big influential movies like that, but I'll get to it. I swear to fucking God, I'll get to it. Eventually. Or if not that, well, maybe, I mean, it's not necessary that I need to review the original Last House on the Left. I definitely need to watch it. But I think maybe it would be more interesting to people if I reviewed the remake. That people, I think most people forgot there was a remake of it, like in the late 2000s or early 2010s. I'm not sure. Either one. There was a remake. People don't really remember. It didn't really have much of an impact on people. So yeah, I need to, you know, have some coverage of either of those films and watch both films for sure. So we'll see. We'll see how. Oh my God. Oh man, time and space just warped around me. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible. I felt like I lived 3 lifetimes just now. That was insane. Did any of you see that? Okay, I'm just gonna try to get back to the Q&A. Oh God, that was horrible. Okay, let me see. Nobody does the, well, I guess if nobody, I mean, because that's my concern with reviewing. Eddie Herta says nobody reviews the original Last House on the Left. I mean, if that's the case, then I might as well review it in that case, because my concern was, well, it's probably, like, been reviewed just to death, so it doesn't necessarily need me to review it. I could maybe cover the one that people don't really like as much and shit, and just sort of peripherally, like, this is how I feel about Last House on the Left, for example. Okay, GameCube7 says, would you cut off your finger for billions of dollars? Yeah, of course I would. Like, what kind of question is that? I could buy a new finger. I could buy so many new fingers. I could have an unnecessary amount of extra fingers on my hands, like, if I had $1 billion. Of course I'd cut off my finger. It wouldn't be fun, but it'd be worth it, I'd admit. I'd imagine. It'd be very, very much worth it. Okay, Humongous420... has a filtered comment. Will you review that pile of shit Rotor? I haven't actually. I don't really know what Rotor is, but somebody in my Instagram messages mentioned that I should check it out and said it was good. So I guess I'm getting some mixed signals here about whether or not it's good or not. Okay, well. Okay, Fat Fucks with a super chat. And you don't necessarily have to give me super chats. I appreciate it, because you're already a channel member, so your comments get highlighted no matter what. But I guess I need to definitely make sure I'm watching out for channel member. I need to make sure I'm watching out for channel member questions. But let me get to Fat Fucks' super chat. Alrighty, let me see. Oh shit, did I lose it? Okay, here it is. Okay, I found it. What are your thoughts on Blumhouse remaking The Thing? Now this, I definitely have strong feelings about, and I also got a super chat from Captain Drugwash, but no question, thank you for the super chat. But I feel strongly about Blumhouse remaking The Thing. I don't feel like it's necessary at all. It's another case of Blumhouse, like, it feels like Blumhouse wants a monopoly on every horror property now. Like, they're getting really fucking greedy. Like, it's just insane. I liked what they did with Halloween, and I'm liking so far, like, but the thing is, a lot of people think Blumhouse has one distinct style when they make movies. And no, Blumhouse, the cool thing about Blumhouse is that they give people creative control. So what happened with the Black Christmas remake? That's because they gave the director/writer of the film full creative control to do that with Black Christmas. And that's cool, but, you know, it didn't turn out so well. It didn't turn out so well at all. But that's the thing, is that there's no distinguishing style to Blumhouse. It's all just different kind of approaches to all their movies. So if you're like, oh, they're going to do what they did with Black Christmas with The Thing, that's probably not the case. Probably not the case at all. So that's not what I'm concerned about. I think it's just completely unnecessary to remake The Thing again. I feel like the John Carpenter remake is a timeless film. You can watch it pretty much any era. The effects are amazing. I've watched that movie so many times, I don't feel like any of the effects are dated. You don't need to really revamp the effects at all. And if it's not a question of the effects, like, it was brought up that this new remake is like an expanded version, which is based on Campbell's original manuscript for Who Goes There, which is called, I think it's called Frozen Hell. I think it's called Frozen Hell. But that's the thing, I don't feel like that's a good enough reason to remake the movie, to remake The Thing again, because, you know, there's a reason probably why that extra material never saw the light of day until it was discovered recently. It's like, it's something that's, you know, interesting to Thing fans, but I don't think that any of that material is probably good. There's probably a good reason why that stuff was cut out. You know, I didn't read the original novella and think, man, this story was missing some scenes. I don't know what the scenes that are new, that have been discovered are exactly, but I didn't feel like there was anything missing from the original story. I just don't see any point beyond, we need to make some fucking money, and the Thing is something that could probably make some money. Like, it could probably make us a bit of money, and it would probably be very cheap to do. Especially if we shoot it in, like, fucking Canada or something. Like, just, you know, it's not something I'm looking forward to see, and I would rather see a Thing miniseries, like, or a TV show, a full TV show or something. I don't want to see the same concept done again, where it's this Arctic or Antarctic base, where, you know, a monster is set loose amongst a small group of dudes, because we've seen that done perfectly with the Carpenter film. The Thing prequel was completely unnecessary, but at least, like, gave us a little bit of a backstory about the Russians, and it fit completely neatly with the Carpenter film. And to me, that's pretty much all you need as far as that story is concerned. I would like to see, if they're gonna do more stuff with the Thing, just bring things forward. Don't take things, like, several steps back by just sort of revisiting the same story over and over again. You know, we've seen this done 3 times. We don't need to see it done 4 times. Part of me is thinking maybe they'll change the setting, but it'll be the same story, like just an isolated outpost in some other part of the world. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's necessary to remake the Thing at all. But I'm going to move on now, and thank you for the super chat donation, Captain Drugwash. Okay. I went on a bit of a rant with that one, but I feel very strongly that we don't need any more of the Thing. At least in the same incarnation we've been familiar with over and over again. We don't need any more of the Thing. We don't need to explore, like, more Norwegians or anything like that. We're done. We're done with the Antarctic thing. Let's move on and try. Like, there was a Thing comic series that explored, you know, the Thing actually escaping and getting across the world, and just an anthology approach. You could do something like that. I mean, it's possible that, well, then again, no, I was like, it's possible they could maybe make, like, a sequel where it's, well, not, where they could maybe make, like, a sequel or just something that's connected to the Carpenter film, but, like, pretty much like Halloween, but no, they said they are definitely, it's a remake. So it's the same story. So I was thinking, maybe they're going to do something different. Then I remembered, oh yeah, they said remake specifically. So no, it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to be a good idea, but that's just me. Now let's move on to another question. I got to get off this little Thing rant that I'm on. Yeah. Yeah. Now Patrick Cook says, the Eskimos versus the Thing, that's it? There are no Eskimos in Antarctica. What are you, fucking high? I mean, maybe Blumhouse will just be like, yeah, there's Inuits in Antarctica. Yeah, well, why not? But I don't think so. Oh, man. Okay. Jesus Perez asks, have you seen the house that Jack built? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even really heard anyone say anything about it, either. But I have heard the title a lot. I don't even know what it's about. How bad. But I'd like to see it just based on the title. It sounds like a cool title. It does. Okay. Okay, okay, let me see. Mwang49 says, would you become less of an epitome if you could? Please don't. I don't know what you're talking about. What does that mean? Okay, well, whatever. Alrighty, Fat says, have you seen the Keanu Reeves The Day the Earth Stood Still? No, I haven't seen it. I feel like that was another unnecessary remake. You know, I think they changed the message of the original. I am at least somewhat familiar with it. It wasn't necessary where it became about like the world dealing with environmentalism issues from the original story, where it was about, hey, can you guys just flat out stop killing each other? Like, I don't know if an alien invader would come here to be like, hey, could you stop poisoning the planet? I don't know. I haven't seen the remake, admittedly, but I did like the original. But I haven't seen the remake. I didn't feel like I needed to. I didn't hear any good things at all, and the CGI didn't look good, so yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. We didn't need that remake either. We did not. Oh well. Let me see. Ethan08 says, do you have legs? Last time I checked, but I don't really feel like looking down, so I'm just gonna assume that I do. But, you know, I mean, in some of my videos, you can see my legs. So if you're like, well, I never see his legs. Well, it's just because I never change things up with my camera angles most of the time. Usually it's just, you know, just a chest up, and that's pretty much all you need to see. That's really all you need to see. Those are where the goods are at. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me find another question. Okay, Zamina Hernandez asked, is there a remake horror movie that you like? Well, yeah, The Thing. The John Carpenter Thing movie is a remake, and that's a great remake. But, okay, let me think. That's somewhat cheating, because with the John Carpenter Thing, they pretty much just actually did the original story justice. With the 1950s Thing, it was a completely different story. It was completely different from the original Campbell story. So it's a little cheating when they actually did a genuine attempt at adapting the story with that remake. Let me think of and I'll get to your question in a second, Noam Chomsky. Let me just think of like a remake that I like. Let me think. A horror remake that I like. Oh, God. Well, okay, the Night of the Living Dead remake by Romero was really good. And honestly, the Suspiria remake was pretty good. I had problems with it, but it was a good, like, reimagining of the story. So there are good ones. It's just, I always have trouble with, you know, thinking about, like, specific, I mean, there's not a lot of great horror remakes. A lot of them are bad, but there are some. The 80s Blob was pretty good. I don't know if a Rob Zombie Blob remake would have been good, but, oh well. Let me see, okay, let me get to Noam Chomsky's, well, not Super Chat, he's just a channel member, but, I still value him as a channel member. Let me see. He said, are you afraid of witches? Let me think. Well, I guess I am. I guess part of my interest in the Blair Witch Project is witches are kind of spooky. They're a little spooky. They are a little spooky, I have to admit. And let me know if I am curious. I feel like maybe my mic volume is low. Let me know in the chat if you want me to raise the mic volume at all, or if it's fine the way it is. But I guess I find witches spooky a little bit. You know, I think. I don't know, at least with that specific movie, it was very spooky. I don't really usually think of witches as scary, but with that movie, I don't know, just the idea of just this witch that can warp time and space and control this, just this whole woods, it's just, it's spooky, and you never get to see her in the movie, so you're just like, what does she look like? What is this thing? Oh, God. Okay, I got a chat that said the volume is good, so that's good to hear. Okay, let me see. Omega Boomer 2003 says, have you read Evil Nah, I almost read it as Evil Bernie. He said Evil Ernie. I've read a little bit of it, and I am familiar with it. I know that's where Lady Death came from. She was a character in the Evil Ernie comics. I haven't read a whole lot of it, but it's definitely something that caught my interest. But I haven't read too much of it, admittedly, to really give any statements. But I think just based on what I've looked at, it would make for a cool movie. But that's the unfortunate issue right now, is we're in a place where you know, in the early 2000s, there was a huge desire to make superhero movies, like just a whole bunch of superhero movies at once. You know, or just comic book movies in general. But now things have changed where you can't really get a lot of these comic book movies and superhero movies made now, because it's much more about, we need to have a universe. We need to have a connected universe. That's what movie studios want more than just, well, we're making comic book movies and superhero movies. No, they want that connected universe. That's pretty much what they're after with these things. So that's the unfortunate thing, is we probably won't see a lot of great comics made in the movies now, because, you know, they might not have much of a fictional universe. And honestly, there isn't a huge desire to make money off of some of these like, pretty much just, okay, well, Marvel makes money, and that's pretty much it. And DC, well, some of their movies will get to make money, but yeah, it's Marvel has definitely gotten quite a bit of a monopoly on comic book movies right now, and that kind of sucks. I would like to see a lot. I would love to see a movie based on this indie superhero comic called Madman, but it's probably never going to happen because that is just too obscure of a character. There was talks about it in the mid-2000s, but it never got off the ground very far. They like, the creator of that comic was working hard on trying to make it happen, but it just never happened, and I really would have liked to see it, but it's probably never going to happen now that superhero movies are about universes primarily, and not necessarily about, we want to tell a great story with these characters in this story, like this comic book story. It's unfortunate that's been the shift. I really like to see some more movies made based on comics, but it's not going to happen, most likely. But let me move on to Jake P. Vid's Super Chat comment. Are we still friends? Come over and watch Last House on the Left with me. My mom will make bread for dinner. Bread? Just bread by itself? What is this, like like Jesus times or something? Just bread? Okay, but we're watching Last House on the Left? Okay. But he also said, I promise I won't call you Dr. Sock again. Well, that's definitely, something that definitely interests me, not being called Dr. Sock anymore. I definitely would appreciate that. But, you know, maybe I'll take you up on your offer, but you have to pay for the, airplane ticket, because, you know, I'm not paying for that shit. If you want to hang out with me and watch Last House on the Left, that's on you. That is on you. Okay. Now let me get to... Okay, well, this one guy's been spamming this request. Let me see. He says, can you review the movie Zero Day? Now, I don't know what that movie is, and I've never seen it. But I think, based on just the title, I'm assuming it has something to do with school shootings. I'm just gonna assume. Maybe, maybe not. That's just my safe guess, that it has something to do with that. I don't know. Possibly I could review that, but we'll see. Oh, God. Oh, I really hope I'm wrong about my assumption. Okay. Alrighty, Christopher Ayers has a super chat. Would you be interested in reviewing Dead Silence? Okay, I will answer this super chat, but first, I'm gonna get some Fresca real quick, so I'm just gonna go to intermission for like less than a minute. Like, not even less than a minute, just like 5 seconds, and then I'll be right back. Oh man, that is some good Fresca. Oh shit. That Fresca hits different after you've been talking for like non-stop for like, how long have I been going? Ah, shit. 43 minutes. Holy shit. Oh man, okay. Well, that was some good Fresca, but would I be interested in reviewing Dead Silence? Oh man, that was so refreshing. Possibly. I've had some requests for that in the past, and it sounds like a wacky movie. It sounds like a totally wacky movie from the creators of Saw, based on what I've heard. So I would like to review it and find out what it is exactly, because I've read like the synopsis and I can't even understand like what it really is about. Like, it seems so odd to me. I'll have to check it out sometime and review it. Ah, man. Yeah, okay. Humongous 420 asks, have you ever put Fresca in a bong? Well, leave it to someone with 420 in their name to ask me if I put something in a bong. Oh boy, but of course I have. Anyway, let's move on to another question. Review of The Strangers. I need to review that movie. I need to review the sequel too. I need to play some catch up. But you know, I find myself in just this horrible place where like I'll review very obscure movies that nobody really wants to see, and then every now and then I'll like labor on something that people really want to see. I need to get back into you know, taking a little bit more easy with some of the stuff I'm reviewing, and covering some more requested stuff, because I've been very self-indulgent lately, and it's not necessarily something people want to see. A lot of self-indulgence. I mean, my channel's all self-indulgence, but, well, let's take it easy on it a little bit. Okay, and yeah, Strangers did have a sequel, Anastasia. It was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was pretty recent. Okay, Noam Chomsky asked, do you like ContraPoints? I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a YouTube channel, but I've never really heard of it, and I don't know what it is. Okay, Derby343 asked, have you reviewed Mandy yet? I guess you could check in my I guess you could check in my search function, but I'll save you some time. I haven't yet. I haven't. I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it yet, and I need to see it. Ah, God, the problem is, I get sort of stuck in this suspended animation when I'm working on a video, where pretty much one movie becomes my fixation for a period of time, so it really slows down my intake. I did watch Dr. Sleep a couple days ago, and I enjoyed it, and I'm intending to review it. I did have quite a few problems with it, but I did enjoy it overall, and I would like to review it soon, but I want to get this Clown House video out of the fucking way, and then I'll finally get around to reviewing it. Need to get it. You need to get around to it now. I'll probably need to review Shining too, but, well, that movie is Shining too. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, Kathy Cathtacular asked, what's your favorite drink, Doc? Fresca. Yeah, Fresca is the best. It's the best drink. It's pretty much God's drink. If there was a God, I'm God. I feel like I'm God when I'm drinking Fresca, at least. Okay, let me see. Mr. X Assassin X asked, how did you win over Meredith? Well, you know, you just kind of get to know them a little, get to know someone over a period of time, and you start to you know, find common interests, and you start hanging out around each other more frequently, and you know, just things happen. You know, it's a blur. It can be a blur sometimes. You lose track of the time, but eventually there's just this spark, and it just makes a whole lot of difference. You know, it just boy. But also, you know, she had just eaten her like husband, so she was like totally free. So I definitely got on the pretty much you know, caught her on the rebound, pretty much. God, I hope that doesn't happen to me, though. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna be completely fine. You know, I think I've got at least like another 5 or so years before that happens. Like she eats like on a cycle like a snake, so it's pretty much how it works. And Dry Bowser says, Doc is never gonna see my questions. That's not true. You're a channel member. I can see your questions. So just ask me a question, and hopefully I'm not in the middle of it. That's the only issue. That's the only obstacle, is just you're more likely to get noticed by me if you're a channel member, but I might be in the middle of a question, and I don't see your question when I'm like in the zone, in the question answering zone. But let me answer this super chat. Why hasn't there been a Scooby-Doo horror film yet? I would be interested in that, but honestly, I would like to see. There was that book that came out recently called I think it was just called Meddling Kids, and it was more of a horror version of Scooby, but it wasn't like an actual official Scooby-Doo book or anything. It was just inspired. So if there could be an adaptation of that, or just something else that's inspired by Scooby, I feel like that would be much better than just, let's just take Scooby-Doo and make it like a full-on horror movie. You know, I don't know. You know, kids don't want to, you know, get scared. Like, you know, just keep Scooby, like, fun scary, and then you can make something inspired by Scooby that's full-on scary. Like, you know, it's, you know, we don't need a full-on scary Scooby. It's fun scary. It's, and there can be, like, some very intense scares in a Scooby-Doo thing, but, you know, just keep it for the kids for the most part, and adults can enjoy it too. Like, it doesn't need to be full-on scary. I would like to see something inspired by Scooby that's horror. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't need to be an official Scooby-Doo thing. That's all. That is all. That's all. Okay, let me see. Scary. Okay, well, scary. Oh wait. Oh wait. Okay, I got Dry Bowser's question. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh shit. Okay, let me get your question, Dry Bowser. Do you have a favorite ghost in Luigi's Mansion? In the Luigi's Mansion series. Okay, well, I've only played through the first game, and I think my favorite would have to be, I guess, pretty much just King Boo. That's the only one I can recall, at least. The regular Boos were pretty interesting, though, because they all had, like, their own... Oh, shit, I switched a tab in the stream. Oh, shit. Now the chat has to load up again, but okay. It's fine. God, I pressed a button. But the cool thing with, like, the Boos is that they were, like, collectible, and they all had their own names. Like, that was kind of a neat touch, but I don't really remember the ghosts that much. I just remember there was, like... Oh, wait, okay, but no, wait. There was, like, special bosses that had their own, like, personalities and appearances. Let me think. I remember the baby. I remember that baby boss, but... I don't know, I can't remember, yeah, it's been so long, admittedly. I can't clearly remember all the ghosts all that well in that game. It's been, I think, let me think, when was the last time I played it? I think it's been like 10 years, nearly 10 years. It's just been too long, and that game came out 20 years ago, nearly 20 years ago, which is insane to me. Oh god, I hate that. I hate the fact that Luigi's Mansion came out nearly 20 years ago. That's just horrible to me. I hate thinking of that, But, I guess there's the 3DS version, so maybe I'll play through that. I'll give that another play, and I'll let you know. Okay. Okay, well, bye, Melissa. I'm just announcing to everybody that you're leaving. Okay. Well, I'm gonna really miss you. I'm just kidding. Have a good night, Melissa. Okay, let me see. Let me see. God Gang says, review Thanksgiving 3. Well, I'll try to do that around Thanksgiving, and hopefully this time I'll do it on time. Really hope so. Oh, God. Oh, boy. But anyway, Dabby Roki asks, can you please review Monster Squad? You know, it's been requested a lot, and I would like to, so I'll try to get around to it eventually. I've had it, like, on... I've had it, you know, it's come up, but... There was always, like, something else that people wanted more, so it'll always be like, okay, I'm gonna finally review this, but then there'd be, like, this thing that somebody really, like, a whole bunch of people would ask for, and it would kind of get, you know, just set to the wayside. But that's a great movie, though, if you haven't seen it. Monster Squad, it's, like, the first, well, not really. It's not really the first ever monster crossover thing, but it was the first, like... one where it had all the monsters, I believe, like, I think, but maybe I'm mistaken, but it was cool. It was like this really well-made, you know, just monster crossover film, like, just really well-made. And I'm in a uncomfortable position in my chair, so I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. You might hear chair noises, I swear. This is like a Scooby-Doo quote, but it's just the chair. I swear to God, it's just the chair. Let me just, yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's more comfortable. Ah, oh, man. Oh, God. Alright, let me, find another question. Okay. Oh, Sam Craven says, could you review Beetlejuice and the cartoon? I would definitely like to review the cartoon. I feel like everybody's seen, the movie. I think that transcends generations. But the cartoon is something that probably isn't, you know, maybe that I don't really keep track of what other channels talk about, so maybe other channels have talked about the Beetlejuice cartoon a lot, but that was a good cartoon, and I feel like maybe it hasn't been covered that much on YouTube. It's kind of just not. It was like a pretty well-made class act sort of cartoon adaptation of Beetlejuice, so I would like to cover the cartoon at the very least. I feel like that would be a, you know, much more of an interesting sort of thing to cover, because, you know, everybody's seen Beetlejuice the movie. I feel like a lot of kids probably haven't seen the cartoon, though. And, you know, if I can hopefully introduce them to the cartoon, that'd be nice. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. My first exposure to Beetlejuice was the cartoon. I saw the cartoon, I watched the hell out of the cartoon, I got some notifications. Okay, it's nothing important. No important notifications, but yeah, my entry point into Beetlejuice was that cartoon. So it was a little odd seeing the movie for the first time and finding it was a little different from the cartoon. There was a bit of a different dynamic between the characters from the cartoon. It was a bit of a shock. Okay, let me see. What is with all these notifications? I hate it. I hate getting... Okay, well, I got a notification from my watch telling me I need to stand. I can't. I'm afraid I cannot stand in this situation. I gotta stay sitting for at least... I'm not even gonna say how many... I'm not gonna even say how much more time. I'm gonna be around in this stream for a while longer, so don't worry. But my watch really wants me to stand up. I'm not gonna fucking stand up, okay? So fuck you, watch. Fuck you. Okay. Alrighty, your thoughts on RE7. I'm assuming you're talking about Resident Evil 7? I haven't played that game, so I can't really give you my thoughts, unfortunately. I need to catch up on that series. But, you know, I've never been into horror games, admittedly. I'm just a horror movie and show guy. I don't play a lot of horror games. Honestly, because, you know, there's just something, it just hits a little different when you're in the horror situation, even in a video game. It's just... It's a bit of a role reversal, I admit. Okay, it's a little bit much for me to handle. All right, Andrew Galvin asked, "Do you like Rocky Horror, or Little Shop of Horrors?" It's an either or. Well, I mean, I like both of them, but Rocky Horror Picture Show I personally like better. You know, I don't know. I just like I like the pretty much just the characters and the music in that one more. That's pretty much it, and just the old school horror vibe mixed with sci-fi, and that's pretty much why. And thank you for the super chat. Now let me address a YouTube, a channel member comment real quick. Let's see. Anthony Kulik asked, "Should Laurie Strode die in Halloween Kills?" Part of me feels like, you know, I think she should eventually die. Or maybe she can finally have a happy ending and Michael just fully dies, you know? But, to me, if they're gonna kill her, maybe it'd be for the best to just keep it until the last movie, until, like, that Halloween Ends. Like, just keep it until that one. And, you know, if they can keep her alive long enough, because, you know, I feel like there's still some more stuff that can be explored with the character. You know, we haven't really gotten a lot of a sustained exploration of Laurie Strode over several films, unfortunately, so, you know, at least, like, yeah, honestly, we've never had that. It's just been kind of cut short, because there wasn't really much character development in Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O had a lot of character development, but, you know, then they brought it back in Resurrection, and she just gets killed off, so there's, you know, it would be kind of neat to see her sort of develop more over the films, find out what, you know, just, I don't think she needs to die right away, necessarily, but maybe eventually in Halloween Ends. Alrighty, oh, I got a super chat from Cardenio St. John, who's also a channel member. He said, "Gotta wake up early. Hope February treats you better, Doc. I'm looking forward to Clown House and all its sidestepping glory. Good night, everybody." Well, good night, sir. See you next time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. Alrighty, well, the thing about the Clown House video that I was originally going to, you know, I was originally going to not sort of address, like, what happened behind the scenes on that movie, and I was just kind of going to allude to it, but not address it directly, because I thought it was going to be just too much, but I just decided, you know, it's such a huge aspect of this fucking movie that I have to kind of address it, so I do go into the backstory of what happened. It's a horrible backstory. It's not fun to talk about. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough start to a video, admittedly. Hopefully the jokes and the humor that comes after the intro, it makes up for the awkwardness of the beginning, but yeah, it's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna ignore what happened. I'm just gonna fucking say what happened and just get it out of the way. Okay, let me see. Lance Davis asked, "It's a crime against humanity that Dr. Wolfula doesn't have 100,000 subs." Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Honestly, I'm gonna be completely realistic here. I don't think I'm gonna have 100,000 subs by the end of the year. Even if I make like a new video, like if I made a fucking, if I put out, because I'm planning to have like streams more frequently and, you know, having a better video schedule than what I've had a couple months, going back to the video schedule I had, you know, at the beginning and in the middle of 2019. Even once I go back to that, once I go back to a better, healthier schedule, I don't feel like I'm gonna have 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And honestly, it doesn't really matter that much at this point. I feel like the subscriber count, it's completely meaningless at this point. YouTube's algorithm will suppress, like, you know, will suppress certain channels, so they will, like, my videos won't be, you know, sent out to some subscribers. Like, they just won't, like, YouTube just won't put my videos in, like, a person will subscribe, but they won't get to see my video. They won't know it's up because YouTube will not let them know. Like, they just will not let them know, even if they click the bell. So it's unfortunate. I still want you to subscribe and click the bell because it's better than not, but even then it's a bit of a gamble. Like, I don't get, like, even though I have nearly 100,000 views, I'm not 100,000 views, 100,000 subscribers, I don't get, like, a ton of views to really match up to that. It's kind of just, I feel like, you know, I only pretty much get, like, 5 to 10% of, like, my audience watching my newest videos, like, which is unfortunate. Like, I have quite a number of subscribers, but they don't really end up getting to watch my videos or knowing about my videos or anything, so it sucks. It sucks. It sucks, because I'll put, like, a ton of effort into a video, and then, you know, like, not a whole lot of people watch it. I was so disappointed when I put up the, Halloween, when I put up the Halloween mega review. I thought that was gonna get so many views, but it ended up just, you know, doing modestly for what it was, but it just, man, it was a disappointment. It was such a disappointment. Yeah, my most popular video last year was the Banana Splits review, but even that wasn't a whole lot. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. I guess maybe I could turn things around by doing more clickbait. I could do, like, just constant stream of videos where I'm like, okay, new details and rumors are in about whatever fucking movie. Like, but I don't want to do that. I just want to try to put as much effort I can into a video and take my time when I need to. But it sucks. It sucks how YouTube is now. But that's just how it is. Oh well. Telepathically drinking Fresca is so great. I know I'm complaining way too much, but I don't know. It sucks to kind of just not, you know, get the, what I feel is like the fair amount of views for the amount of subscribers I get, and I think YouTube has to do with it. You know, I honestly can't think of any other explanation. Like, and it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to move on to another question. I'm, like, fixated on, like, kind of being sad about it. Okay, let me find another question. Okay. Alrighty, let me see. Okay, KJ Beast asked, Doc, when will you review Candyman 1992? Yeah, I'll try to review it soon, especially since it's being remade. I think Jordan Peele is remaking it too, but well, I'll try to review it in the future. But I don't have any current plans to. But well, honestly, I guess maybe next month. I mean, it's African American History Month. I suppose it's like, and I guess it's almost next month in like 1 minute. So there's that. So possibly, but right now I'm gonna finish my Clown House video, and then the next big video I'm intending to do is a review or riff view of Valentine for Valentine's Day, and that's pretty much the only thing planned at the moment. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see, I suppose, but, definitely keep your hopes up. I would like to review it. I would like to review Candyman. Let me see, okay, yeah, let's see. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, will you ever review either of the Elvira movies? Asks Chad Warner. Well, I would like to. Again, that's the thing is like pretty much with I don't address sort of requests a lot because it's usually the same it's usually the same answer. Sometimes it's just, well, I might. Like, it's usually never something definitive because I'd never know what I might do in the future. But I would like to. Well, I've had a huge desire to review the first Elvira movie. I've wanted to do that for a while. I've just never gotten around to it yet. But it's been something I've wanted to do for a fucking long time. Just never got around to it. Oh well. Oh, Kathy Cattacular asked, I asked Doc if he liked Bauhaus. Well, you know, I don't have any strong feelings. I'm not really a music guy, so I don't really, yeah, I don't even know if I've listened to Bauhaus either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any strong feelings either way about Bauhaus, but I don't hate them. If that's what you're, if that's what, you know, I at least don't hate them. I also can't say that I don't like them or anything, you know, I'm neutral. I've never listened to them, I believe. Okay. Katie B has a super chat. Doc, you are the greatest. Well, thank you, Katie. And thank you for supporting the channel memberships. Okay. Kyle Winfrey asked, review the terrible House of Wax from 05. Well, that's always this. But actually, that's another thing that I've wanted to review, but I've never gotten around to it. But I need to start, like, keeping a list, because that's one of those ones I really want to, because I feel like there'd be a lot of comedic potential with a House of Wax remake, like with a House of Wax remake review. So I gotta take like a running list and like rank them based on what I feel like I would definitely desire to do best. Okay, Caesar Guy says, will you consider or like to make a crossover video review with another YouTuber? Well, okay, well, I gotta, well, Screaming Soup, an animated horror channel, which you should check out. They're in my channel recommendations on the main channel. They asked me to do a guest spot on one of their videos, so I would like to, and I will address your, okay, I will address your question, your Dark Hero film, so don't worry, but, okay, man, a lot of angry emojis, too, but anyway, so yeah, I was asked by Screaming Soup to, you know, I'm really distracted by all those angry emojis. They really hexing me right now. But anyway, Screaming Soup asked me to do a guest spot. I don't really know any of the details of what it'll be like, but supposedly I might do 2 guest spots in their video, so that'll be kind of interesting to, that would be kind of interesting to do. Like, he does, like, animated, sort of full-blown animated horror videos, so you'll get to see me, like, I don't know how, like, it might just be, like, a simple cameo, but you'll get to see me do some more stuff in animation, possibly, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know any other details, though. But that's honestly the kind of, crossover I'm interested in doing. I don't really want to do crossovers, for the most part, with, like, just, you know, dudes who are, like, regular dudes who review horror movies, necessarily. I will, like, make appearances, like I'm doing an appearance on Oscars, but I don't, which is, Horror Addicts is, you know, they're pretty much their horror Oscars award ceremony, so I'll do, like, appearances and stuff, but it's usually isolated, because it's just, I feel like it's best if I'm kind of just, you know, with other monster guys. I feel like that's a better, like, with stuff that has more of a supernatural tone to its characters and more of a horror host approach, because I feel like that's the best fit. I will, like, make appearances if people want me to, but as far as, like, a full-blown collaboration, I feel like it'd be a bit of a pain in the ass to do anyway, like, you know, to coordinate that. I don't know if it would be really worth it, just to be like, oh, those two guys I like are in a video together. And oh man, my chair is creaking. But I don't know, I never feel like there's a whole lot. I feel like it's just kind of fan service for the most part. I feel like a channel, like, by itself is stronger than just sort of two channels, like, trying to balance their different approaches together. I don't know. I feel like it's just like, well, these two guys are in the same frame together, or just, like, talking about the same movie. I don't know. I never feel that strongly about crossovers. I feel like they're usually not super necessary. They could be a fun thing, but it's not something I actively try to pursue beyond, you know, fun little things here and there. Fun little things. Definitely check out the Oscars, though. I believe it's on February 8th. I think Danny Nightmare is watching, so he could probably correct me, but it's gonna be next month. So definitely check out their stream. I've already got the full segment recorded and everything, so I've sent that to them, so it's pretty much taken care of on my end. I'm, like, presenting the Best Director Oscar, so it's gonna be fun. Okay, Scary Marilyn says, you guys cannot hear my chair? Well, that's good to hear. I guess I'll creak around it a whole lot more. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Well, there we go. A little bit more comfortable now. Alrighty, Mad Dog McCree says, I think it's about time you replaced the lens in your sunglasses. No, I don't think I will. Honestly, this is ideal to me. It's so dark, I would like to at least be able to see clearly through one eye, you know? But I also like sunglasses, so it's sort of a compromise, kinda, where I can wear sunglasses, but still be able to see a little bit clearly, you know? It's just a nice sort of compromise. And Gummy Goomy, who's also an admin in the Discord, asked, question, do you have a favorite horror collectible, i.e. DVD box set or vinyl figure? Well, I probably could think of one that I do own, but one that I would really like to have is the Halloween Blu-ray box set. I want that so badly, but it's like hundreds of fucking dollars on, like, Amazon and eBay now, because it's like a rare collector's item, so that's something I would really like. But besides that, one that I actually own, okay, before I get to that, I'm gonna have a little bit more Fresca, so let me go to intermission very briefly. Haha, yes. God damn it, that's some good Fresca. God, that makes a huge difference. Oh shit. Oh yes, oh god, that was so good. Let me let the chat load up again real quick. Okay, cool. But the one that I own, it was made by Black Hat Studios, by a guy named Kent Mullins. It's a Jason Voorhees, like a Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 3 bust, and it's unmasked, and it looks really cool. It looks like actually Jason Voorhees' real head. Like, it's super well detailed. It's not like an official collectible, but it's like that. It's better than anything you can get, like, officially, as far as Friday the 13th merchandise is concerned. So definitely look up Kent Mullins or Black Hat Studios. I have a video of, like, that bust on my on the YouTube, and you'll occasionally see, like, pictures of it on my Instagram. It's a very cool looking bust. Like, he sent it to me just because he was a fan of my videos, so it was very nice to get, and it's really nice. It's just an amazing looking Jason bust. So yeah, that's definitely my most prized. But let me get to Your Dark Hero Films' question now. He says, please review Saturday Morning Mystery, the Scooby-Doo horror movie, please review. Oh yeah, okay, well, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. I know I gave my voice to a Scooby-Doo animated fan film, but unfortunately, I've been so busy that I haven't been able to check it out or anything yet. So maybe that's the one. No, but then again, I think that had a different title. I only had, like, pretty much just a cameo voice, where I was just a voice on the radio, so I guess maybe that's not it. I'm not sure what the Saturday Morning Mystery fan Scooby-Doo horror movie is, but I'll definitely look it up after Uh, I'll definitely look it up after the stream is done. And Galford's dog says, so spamming and emojis is how we get your attention, Doc? Well, that's a little rude of a thing to say. But I mean, I guess it helps. It's not something I like. I really would prefer just regular, regular chats, but, you know, little, like, just saying the same shit over and over again, or like a little cartoon character, definitely grabs my attention a little bit better, unfortunately. And I'm sorry about that. I'm only human. But I'm gonna show that I'm only human by putting in my own emoji into the chat. Let's see. Which one? I'm just gonna put the, unsettled goulash into the chat. There you go. There you go. I put in my own emoji. And you can get those emojis on... you can get those emojis, too, if you become a channel member. Oh, boy. Hell yeah. Anyway, let me see. Okay, there was a Scooby-Doo themed slasher film. I guess so. I don't really, know anything about it, but I would definitely be interested in, checking it out, possibly. Okay, let me see. And thank you for using those emoji, Kyle Winfrey. Okay, Mad Dog McCree's, well, okay, well, do you think he'll ever review Killer Clowns from Outer Space? That's something I would like to. I would definitely like to. Sometime in the future. I don't know when exactly, because I'm already reviewing Clown House. I feel like I'm all clowned out for the time being, but definitely I'll consider it in the future soon. I pretty much got all the time in the world, but, yeah, I would like to. I think there's actually going to be like a sequel or a remake or something. I think I've heard like I think the Kyoto brothers have talked about some kind of possible continuations or something of that, but I don't really know any other details. Okay, well, let's see. Matt Music says, oh, hey, Doc, what's up? Yeah. What's up, Doc? Yeah, nothing really. Just streaming. Just pretty much streaming. Okay, let me stop squeaking in my chair. I know you guys might not be able to hear the squeak, but I know I can, and it bothers me. Okay, well, Rureg asked, please review Psycho with Vince Vaughn. I want to. There's not a whole lot. I mean, honestly, it would be such an easy video to do, like, as a double feature, because the original Psycho and the Psycho remake are the same. So all I would have to do is review the original Psycho, and then I would just have to spend just very little time doing a bonus part of the video reviewing the remake, because it's a shot-for-shot remake. Everything is fucking the same. Like, the only noticeable difference is that Vince Vaughn jacks off, so that's pretty much it. So it'd be a really good way to do a twofer, and then that opens the door for me to cover the sequels, so it's certainly a possibility. It's certainly a possibility. In the future. It's something I've been considering for a long time. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, yeah. Ethan08 says, do you agree that the Scooby-Doo 2002 teaser is a cinematic masterpiece? I do think so. It definitely has the feel of a Batman film, so like it's intended. I would definitely like to see a Batman film return to that kind of vibe, but it probably isn't going to happen. Maybe with this new one, though. It seems like maybe that's possible. Now, Eddie Herta asked, hey Doc, the app on Instagram was kind of faulty. When you had 24-hour Q&A, I asked, what supernatural power did you want from any movie monster or supernatural being? Yeah, I guess maybe Instagram wasn't working for you, because I don't even remember getting that question, but let me think. A power that I want from, wait, oh shit. Okay, from a movie monster or supernatural being. Let me think. What's a cool one? Honestly, I think maybe just dream powers, because, you know, I don't know why Freddy was just like, I want to fucking kill people. Like, I would just be chilling out. I guess maybe Freddy does that a lot of the time, but when you're like that, do you really have time for revenge? You could do whatever you fucking want. You could just chill out, like, forever. You just chill out in people's dreams and shit. I don't know, maybe he has to kill people and he obliges because he likes to do it, but I don't know, I would, like, just be like, yeah, I get to... I get to hang out with the cast of MASH, or I get to hang out with Scooby-Doo and just go on Scooby-Doo mysteries and shit. Like, just, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you fucking want. You don't have to worry about, somebody like taking you out of a dream. Like, nobody's gonna complain about having a Scooby-Doo mystery nightmare with me hanging out with them. Like, nobody's gonna complain about that. They're not gonna be like, okay, we gotta get this fucking guy out of our dreams. We gotta kick his ass and send him through all these like booby traps and shit. Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that. So yeah, I suppose I would like Freddy powers just to be able to do whatever I fucking want, I guess. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he has to do that shit, and he was just the best person for it because, you know, he likes to kill people, but oh well. Oh well, I guess maybe he can't even exist, I suppose, without people being afraid of him. I think that's another factor, possibly. Okay. Now let me see. Okay, Fat Fucks asked, do you like Manos the Hands of Fate? Honestly, it's one of my favorite bad movies. It had a huge impression on me. Like, I really do love that bad horror movie. I watched the Mystery Science Theater episode a lot. I'm just a big fan of Torgo. I feel like he's such a just strange character. I don't know. I just love that movie. It's such a weird, fucked up, bad movie, but it just was just very memorable. Ugh, God. Man, I would honestly love to see like a full-on gritty remake of it, like just to try to make it scary. I would be very interested in finding out if it's even possible to make it scary. Oh man, I'd love that. Now, I'm honestly going to be wrapping up the Q&A because it's been going on a while. I'm gonna need a lot of Fresca to feel better. But I'm gonna try to answer 3 more questions, and then we wrap it up for the night. So let me see. Let me find an appropriate question. Okay, A lot of them are just complimentary comments, which I definitely appreciate, but I'm not... Oh wait, Sam Craven asked, do you like the Hex Girls? Yeah, I love them, and I loved how Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated brought them back for, you know, a couple of episodes. It was a nice sort of deep cut reference for, honestly, that show is just like, it's pretty much just the perfect Scooby-Doo show. Like, I feel like they appeal to everybody who grew up watching any version of Scooby-Doo. They'll just be like, yeah, remember this? Here's Hex Girls. Here's Blue Falcon. Here's Johnny Quest. Here's all these, like, different things. Like, all these different, like, things that are just cool to see. Like, it's very fan service heavy, but in a good way where it's just handled very well. But yeah. Yeah, I do like the Hex Girls, and, you know, I would like to see them done more. I would like to see the Ghoul School stuff, more stuff done with it. I know they had, like, a crossover with OKKO, that Cartoon Network show. But, yeah, they need to make, like, a standalone cartoon for sure. Okay, Galford's Dog says, Mystery Inc. is on Netflix now. I don't think that's real. I'm pretty sure that's that was just a fake... There's just a fake image photoshopped and sent around. So, yeah, there's no Mystery Inc. gritty horror series on Netflix. Don't try to look for it. It doesn't exist. Now, let me see. Okay, the second question. Okay, favorite horror comedy from Ethan08. Wait, was that the same guy who... okay, I don't think... Okay. Ethan08 asked favorite horror comedy. Definitely have to go with... I guess it's safe to say Evil Dead 2. Army of Darkness is it's less of a horror movie at that point. It's much more of a dark fantasy sort of comedy action movie. Not as much of a horror movie at all, really. So Evil Dead 2, I think I'd have to say. Army of Darkness, also really funny and good, but not really as much of a horror movie. It's got some horror parts, but much more of like a... Honestly, it's much more of a movie you can show to anybody, not like, you know, I think it appeals to just a wider target audience, and it catches people up with the origin stuff at the beginning. So if you want to get people into that series, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness is a decent way to do it. Okay, let me see. Third question, and then I'm gonna wrap things up. What will be my third question? And I don't know if I'll ever review Shaun of the Dead. This doesn't count, but it's a good movie. But you know, I feel like that's been covered a lot, and I don't feel like, you know, it's a horror comedy, so I wouldn't have any jokes I don't know if I'd have a lot of interesting insight into it. You know, it's just a really good movie, though. Okay, last question. Let's find it. Let's see if I can find this last question. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I got it confused, Galfred's dog. I thought you were talking about... I saw this... You just meant Scooby... Yeah, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is on Netflix now, the cartoon. I thought you were talking about... There was this image that was being passed around that was like a new Netflix series, and it's just called Mystery Inc., and it's like a dark, scary Scooby-Doo. That's live action. Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about that. No, that's definitely doesn't exist. But you can definitely watch Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated on Netflix now, so definitely check it out. Okay, Caesar Guy says, I'm back. Is the live stream over yet? It's almost over, but I need to find one last appropriate question to end the night. Okay, I guess I found it. Matt Music asks, am I a taco? Well, why don't you try eating yourself, and then you'll have a decent idea. Because I don't think tacos can eat themselves. So, I guess it's... You'll just be a cannibal in that case, and not really a taco. Okay, that wraps up the night. But before I go, I got a few things to plug. Starting out, let's start with social media. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dr. Wolfula. And support me on Patreon. I got a whole bunch of new stuff in the... coming up on the Patreon, so definitely check it out. I got a movie night stream tomorrow night, so if you're interested, become a patron or become a channel member, either one. You get the same stuff. Okay, also, be sure if you didn't get to ask me a question during this Q&A, head to the free Popbase app, and you'll be able to send me a question or suggestion to my suggestion box there, and I'll actually be able to answer it in the app. So if you're interested, if you really if I really missed your question, you'll definitely get my attention there. So definitely check out the app and head to the suggestion box. And finally, I want to give a special thanks, a very special thanks, to my true Wolfulite supporters on Patreon and channel memberships, including Aaron Williams, Absent4044, Angsty Mantis, Anthony Bonchewski, Baked Potato, Benjamin J. Jones, Benjamin Rosedale Smith, Blake Green, Bread Ranger, Desert Peaches, Druid, Eli Lichtenhahn, Gary Flanders, Gary Miller, Harley Graves, James Downs, Jen Winchester, Jeremy Sapp, Jessica Hernandez, Jesus Perez, John Lavin, Joshua Hemmingson, King Liren, Crawberry Strush, Lou Mail, Marco E. Salinas, Melanie Newtley, Mr. Maskey, Mr. Fudd, Nathan Malice, Parker Klein, Racer Chase 1, Reckless 1199, Aaron Woy, Ryan Jenkins, Scott Sulfridge, Sean O'Brien, Simon Ausmus, Stefan Gustafsson, Stephen Justice, The Evil Gimp, Tom Wade, Tony R. Tucker, Torchwood79, Wrestle with Jimbo, Fat Fucks, and Cardenio St. John. Thank you, everybody. Ah, God, that's a lot of names. Okay, now I am ready to go. See you all next time. I've been your host, Dr. Wolfula, signing out. Well, see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Haha, thank you for watching the stream. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday night.